Hey friends, hope everybody's doing well. I just got back from my morning walk with Coco and it is chilly out there today. My cheeks are nice and flushed from the cold and the wind. We've got a 50% chance of snow this afternoon in Charlotte, which is unusual and also exciting. I love the snow. Do not love walking Coco in the biting wind, but you do what you got to do. This morning, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about one of the books that I recently finished. As I've been on my hiatus from work, I've been trying to read quite a bit in addition to, picking up my painting again and crocheting. Isabel and I have been spending evenings crocheting and binge watching our favorite shows, which has been really fun. But today, what I want to talk to you about is the latest book from Mel Robbins, which is called Let Them. I made some notes and I'll pop a screenshot of the book on the video so that you can see what I'm talking about. But I highly recommend this book. If you're not familiar with Mel Robbins, she is a former attorney and now she is an author, a podcast host. I think she's got one of the most watched podcasts of all podcasts. She frequently has experts come on to her show and talk about their area of expertise, often psychology, motivation, relationships, neuroscience, things like that. And she draws a lot on expert input for the work that she does. And that's one of the things that I really appreciate about this book, Let Them. So let me break it down for you real quickly. I'm not going to go into a ton of detail, but I do want to give you the basics of what you're going to find in the Let Them book. The Let Them theory really has two primary components. The first is Let Them, which is all about letting go of expectations, opinions, whatever from external sources, whether it's, friends, family, society, etc., or just, sort of expectations that we have put on ourselves that we believe other people expect of us. So that's the first part of the book is really, tips around how to let go of other people's expectations and really lean in to what you think is right for you. Lean into achieving your goals, your dreams, etc. And that sort of leads into the second part of the Let Them principles, which is Let Me. And it talks about she talks about things that you can do to basically get off your butt and get going to achieve your goals and dreams. I can't say that there was anything like earth-shatteringly revolutionary about the information that she presented, because I've been studying on this topic for a long time. However, I do find the information that she presented to be a really helpful reminder and helpful to motivate me to kind of get with the program and do what I need to do, put in the work, put in the hard work to advance on my goals and dreams. In addition to talking about Let Them and Let Me, Mel talks quite a bit about managing your relationships with other people and how our expectations of other people can backfire sometimes. She draws a lot on psychological principles around human motivation, behavior change, things like that. And I actually found those parts of the book to be super insightful, and there was some new information there for me. It's great. She gives you really practical tips around how to navigate relationships maybe that you aren't satisfied, or when you have a desire for someone else to change. So almost kind of like the reverse of the let them principle, in terms of other people's expectations on you. She talks about how sometimes you need to let go of your expectations of other people, because really humans will only change when they are motivated internally themselves to change. And sometimes by pushing other people to change, that can backfire on you, and you can actually cause them to dig their heels in even more than they would if you did nothing. So I found that to be really, really helpful. As I mentioned, Mel draws, I'm looking at my notes right now, Mel draws a lot from expert research, expert interviews. There are pages and pages and pages in the end of the book on studies and interviews and whatnot that she drew from for writing this book. Interestingly, she draws a lot on Stoic principles. And, I feel like this is an area where synchronicity has come into play for me personally, because I actually started reading up on Stoic principles even before I read the Let Them book. So there's a lot of overlap between Stoicism, which if you're not familiar with it, I don't think it's classified as a religion. I think it's more sort of a life philosophy. But if you're not familiar with it, Stoicism is basically all about letting go of things that are outside of your control and focusing your energy on the things that you can control. And I find that to be a really helpful sort of principle to follow in my life, to make sure that I'm not wasting my energy on things that I personally can't change or impact. There are some things that you can influence, some things that you can change directly, and then there are other things that are just not within your sphere of control. And my opinion, you just got to let those things go and focus on what you can control, which is your reaction to those things. So if you are interested in reading this book, if you're a reader, I highly recommend picking up the Let Them book. If you're not quite ready to commit to reading the whole book, I will put a link in the comments to the Mel Robbins podcast, where she talks about the Let Them theory. But I highly recommend it. I feel like it's a great reminder to help you advance the ball on living the life that you want to live, which is really kind of what I'm all about. So I recommend it. I hope you go pick it out, or at the very least, I hope you pick up Mel's podcast and check that out. But I find it super helpful. So with that, I'm going to close out this little video, and I will see you later. Peace out.